What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our Big Ten football channel. And we continue our 2019 college football schedule previews with the Penn State Nittany Lions. You can see their schedule there on your screen. And before we get into this video, keep in mind, Penn State fans, keep in mind, in 2017, 2 years ago, preseason, I picked Penn State to win the national championship. So I've got nothing against Penn State. I am not a Penn State hater. I just have a feeling this could be a little bit of a down year for them. You look at last season, it was an okay year, didn't really end the way that they wanted to with that loss to Kentucky. Trace McSorley is gone, and they got hit hard with guys going to the NFL early as well. Miles Sanders at running back, I don't think many people expected him to go, and really both sides of the ball. They lost a lot of guys, had a big-time receiver transfer. I can't even remember who all they lost, but I just know this team lost a bunch of guys from last season. So I personally think this team's going to be down a little bit. I still believe in James Franklin. I still believe in this program. I think they are headed in the right direction long term, but I just think 2019 might be a little bit of a down year, a gap year for this program. Again, you look at the schedule, it's not too bad in the non-conference. Idaho, Buffalo, and then Pittsburgh. Pitt is at home for them, so that's a game that they will probably be favored in, even though I think that one, the teams will be more even this year than they have been the last couple of years. Yeah, Penn State should be favored there playing at home. Then you have Maryland on the road, Purdue at home, Iowa on the road, Michigan at home, on the road at Michigan State, on the road at Minnesota, Indiana at home, Ohio State on the road, and Rutgers at home. So you look at the schedule in the Big Ten, it's pretty tough. You're talking about Maryland, Iowa, Michigan State, Minnesota, Ohio State, all on the road. Those are 5 good teams. All of their road games are games that are against good, if not really good teams. Minnesota is going to be good this year. Maryland is going to be pretty good. Iowa's always a tough place to play. So you're already looking at 5 tough games. Then you look at the home games. Purdue, that's definitely a winnable game. Michigan's going to be tough. Michigan will be a tough team to beat even at home. Indiana, not too tough, but they're a decent team. And then you have Rutgers, a game that they should win. So you look for the easy wins. You got Idaho and Buffalo. I think they win those games easily. They're pretty much guaranteed wins. I don't see really either of those teams challenging Penn State, but who knows? Remember Appalachian State last year, but I don't think Buffalo is going to be an Appalachian State this year. Rutgers at the end of the season, I think, is a game that you could almost put into that category, but we're going to put them in that next tier and say that Rutgers is a team that Penn State should win. It might not be a 40-point win, but they should win that game fairly easily. And, you'd be shocked if Rutgers went on the road and beat Penn State, honestly. So let's give them a win there. That's 3 games that you can give Penn State a win on. But the rest of these games, there are no guarantees. They could lose the rest of these. They're not going to lose the rest of these games. I would be shocked if they lost all of these games. But they're all games that teams could potentially beat them. I think Indiana is probably a win. Purdue at home, probably a win. Maryland, probably a win. So that gets you to 6. And then you're looking at the schedule, and they're going to have to win a pretty big game. Michigan State's going to be good. Minnesota, maybe they can get a win there. But Ohio State on the road, Michigan's going to be tough again. Iowa on the road. Just looking at this Big Ten schedule, it's difficult to come up with 10 or 11 wins. It's tough to see Penn State getting back to where they were a couple of years ago. So, yeah, I do think they're going to be down a little bit record-wise. I think best case scenario, you lose to Ohio State, and then maybe one other game, you finish the season 10-2. That would be best case scenario. I don't know if I see that actually happening. I think that's a long shot. I think, again, I would probably give them the win over Maryland, Purdue, Indiana, and they're probably going to beat someone else at least. So I think worst case scenario is probably about 7-5. But if you're going in the middle there, I'd probably say that they're more likely to go 8-4 than they are to go 9-3. If I was making a prediction right now, I'd probably go with 8-4. And that's not an official prediction. Of course, I'll be making those predictions much later on once I've had more time to research all of these games, all of these teams, I should say. But yes, the road schedule is something that I do not like here for Penn State. And again, they could slip up and lose to Pitt or lose to Purdue even possibly. So 7 might actually be high. Maybe you could even drop this to about 6-6 for them as a worst case scenario. But I do believe in this program. Believe in James Franklin as a head coach. I think he's one of the better coaches in all of college football. They've recruited well. They've got young talent. Again, I just think this might be a year that where they kind of go down just a little bit, and then perhaps in 2020 they make a run once again at that Big Ten championship game. So 7 to 10 wins for me. That's my projected total for this team. Again, that's just in the regular season. That does not include a potential Big Ten championship game or a bowl game. We're just looking at the 12 regular season games. And in those games, again, I see Penn State somewhere between 7 and 10 wins, probably even more likely 7 to 9 wins. But that is my projection. What do you guys think about Penn State? What do you think about this team? What do you think about this schedule? Do you think they can get through this schedule and actually maybe have a chance to get to the Big Ten championship game? You know, they avoid Wisconsin, avoid Nebraska in the West. Those could be 2 of the top teams out there. But still, I think it's going to be a difficult road for this Penn State team with all of those games in the Big Ten, a lot of those big games being away from home. Thank you for watching this video. If you're a Big Ten football fan, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below. And for the latest in Big Ten football, keep it right here.